He was like, hey, man. He said, you be coming late to meetings, falling asleep, all this stuff. He's saying, this is how I feed my family. Right. So for you telling me you don't care about me, you don't care about my kids, you don't care about my family, because this is how I eat, this is how I take care of my family. So for you to show up late, fall asleep, and not doing what you're supposed to be doing, saying you don't care about me. And I was like, dang, yeah, you right. And after that, it was like, that was kind of all she wrote.
I never met Derrick Henry. Like I probably have talked to him like twice after games. Like, just
chopping it up.
Be like, hey, bro, man, you had a good game today, blah, 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 right? Just chop it up after the game when you meet in center field. And man, it was crazy. Like, he was like, Raheem, like, bro, you killed it this year.
And that's the thing about special teams, like,
you can't think on special teams.
You don't get.
You try to think. You overthink it.
You don't get enough shots. Like a good. If you get one tackle a game, like if you average one tackle a game, you'd probably be leading the league in tackling.
You're a Pro Bowler.
Yeah, easy. Because it's hard. Like those opportunities don't come.
Mostert takes off and goes the distance for the touchdown.
What place would y'all rather be right now, man? Come on. Let's be great today, man.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Raheem Mostert, host of Relentlessly Motivated, presented by Mercury. Super excited to bring this show to you guys. We're going to have weekly episodes featuring athletes, business professionals, and anyone that's overcome odds to achieve greatness. Check us out on Apple, Spotify, and YouTube. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Really appreciate your guys' support, and enjoy the show.
College football tees, college basketball tees, whatever you need, Mercury has you covered with the best merch out there. We're talking about high quality clothing, inexpensive, and the best part is I have a 15% discount for everybody who goes and gets some right now. Use the code below, hit the link in the description, and go get your merch now. Use the code to get 15% off. What are you waiting on? Go do it.
Welcome everybody to another episode of Relentlessly Motivated, hosted by Mercury. Now today I have the pleasure of having one of my brothers on the team, one of my good friends. He's just an unbelievable guy. A guy that I actually looked up to when I was playing special teams. He's a huge special teams ace. Been at it for quite some time now. And he's off the charts, man. This guy's been named Pro Bowl several times in his career. We actually talked about, my first ever Pro Bowl a couple weeks ago and the experience and stuff. And so with that being said, please welcome in Justin Bethel.
What's up?
What's up, Just?
I felt some kind of way when you looked up to me. When I'm like, dang, you made me feel like super old. You ain't even that much younger than me. So.
Well, I mean, when you was in Carolina or the Cardinals, and I was playing at the 49ers, that's when I saw.
Yeah, we played all the time.
We would be like, hey, look, this is the guy you want to watch out for, right?
Those was my golden years.
You're right. So that's why I said I looked up to you as a special teams ace,
I appreciate it.
Yeah. So what's going on, man? How you doing?
Nothing, man. Just chilling. End of the season, kind of, you get to my age, just kind of waiting around to see what kind of happens.
Yeah.
Hoping to stay at Miami, but, as the league goes, you go. So we'll just see what happens.
Now, that's like, I'm glad you brought that point up because it's definitely like, being a special teams guy, ace, right? You know, and when changes happen and stuff like that, especially on the defensive side of the ball, because you play, nickel, corner, and safety at times, right? Sometimes those could be, the hardest decisions that teams have to make. Yeah. Not like, how do you go about with that mindset? Like, what is your mindset when you you have to be in one of those phases of, not necessarily a bubble phase, but like one of those guys from outside looking in, like. Because that was me at one point, right? When I was with the Niners, we had, coaching change and special teams guys coming up and another special teams guy taking jobs elsewhere. And for me, I was like, well, I'm, I don't have a position solidified just yet at the running back position. And, I'm doing a hell of a job at special teams, but I had to make that focus, right? Yeah. So like, what is something that you try to dial in on when it's something like that, especially during the off season?
Yeah, for me, like obviously I've got the name that I got from being a special teams guy. So for me, I already know if somebody picks me up, it's like your first focus is going to be go in there, make special teams play when you need to make them, be that guy they think they can count on when you need them. And for me, on top of that, it's like, okay, if I'm in there, make sure you know the defense. So if something happens, they can put you in and count on you to, you know, get through a game, get through until we can get guys back or whatever it is. Like, I'm not ever expecting to go out there and be like, hey, I'm going to end up being a starter now. But I'm like, okay, if I need to go in there for a couple plays, a package here and there to, you know, get us through a game or something like that, I want to make sure I know what I'm supposed to do so that they trust me. Like, okay, we can put this guy in and do that. And it, you know, the more you can do, the more, you know, teams want to have you around.
Yeah, that's true too. Like, you know, it's almost like you're a jack of all trades when you're on the field. You have to play so many different positions, you know, like for you, like I said, for instance, right, you have to be a nickel. Then sometimes they have to put you out there in corner, and then you have to be free or strong safety depending on, you know, what's going on in the package. If they try to utilize dime or anything like that. Yeah. And then you got to go out there and play, you know, the L3 or L4 on kickoff. You have to play the right guard on kickoff return. You have to play gunner. You have to play, you know, all these other positions just to, you know, be out there and have their trust.
That's kind of what happened like 2 years ago when, you know, we just had a string of injuries at cornerback. I played corner, I played nickel, I played dime, I played safety. Yeah. And then, you know, you're not going to get taken off on special teams. And so
because you like, already a lock on that. So your rep count, as soon as an injury happens, your rep counts just skyrocket. You go from, I'm going to play about, you know, 10, 12 plays on special teams to, shoot, I might be in here for about 30.
That's what happened. I mean, that's what happened to me this year. It was, you know, Ramsey got hurt, OTAs, other guys getting hurt, and then I was doing a good job. I got hurt, unfortunately, my MCL, right before we started doing preseason games. So it was like, okay, I missed all my preseason games, came back, did some dime, and then it was like, okay, somebody got hurt, we need somebody to go in. It's like, okay, next game, Justin, you had maybe 20-something plays. Okay, now you're going to start at nickel. I'm like, I went from 20-something plays to 70 leading the team. And then, you know, you're playing. That's the hardest thing is when you're a guy who has to do special teams and then you start at defense and you're starting on every special team still. Yeah. Like some of them you can kind of take off, but for us as a gunner, like there's no faking gunner. Yeah, no, you got to run 60 yards full speed and
beat double teams.
And the first half is like, oh, it's cool, but that second half, once all them sprints start catching up to you, so it's definitely a challenge, but you know, you got to do what you got to do and try and make a name for yourself, whatever way presents itself.
Yeah, I've always, you know, accredited like special teams because I felt like that was the start of my career, and that was something that I truly wanted to focus on. You know, I knew I wasn't gonna be a starter at the time. Yeah, when I was younger, my younger self. If you asked me, I would have told you, I am a starter. I have to starter, you know, capabilities. My qualities can match a starter's qualities at the running back. But, you know, I knew that I was third, fourth, sometimes fifth on the depth chart. And so I always utilize special teams as my way of getting on the field, my way of showing, hey, look, you know, you can hold me back from being a running back, but you're not going to hold me back
from making plays.
I'm a
playmaker, man. That's what I do.
Yeah, that's what I do. You know, I like the physical aspect. I like tackling. I like, you know, shedding blocks. I like using my speed to my advantage and beating double teams. I mean, what greater joy do you have?
Making a play off of a double team.
Making a play off a double team. Like when you're going down there and kick, like whooping the corners and the safety's asses at the line of scrimmage, and then going down there and making a tackle on a returner, like that gives me thrill.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like I know for me coming out, I went to a small school, Presbyterian College. We was talking about this.
Yeah. He's so like literally one of like
we had 1,300. We had 1,300 kids when I was.
He's about like one of the only players in the league in the last like decade to come out of Presbyterian. Yeah.
So
which is cool though. Don't get me wrong.
It's definitely awesome. Cool to be able to come from a small school. But coming from a small school, I kind of knew it was like, okay, like even like some of my coaches and like my agents, it was like, hey, like coming out, I was probably one of the better special teams guys coming out that year. So it was like for me, I knew like, okay, if I can make some plays on special teams, that's how I'm gonna get into the league. And that's what happened. That preseason I blocked 3 kicks, had a couple tackles, blocked one, a punt, picked it up, ran in for a touchdown. And that was kind of like, okay, you made it. I think it was the third preseason game. We played the Raiders. It was like, okay, you pretty much made the team. But I was like, okay. And that was my way into it. And through doing that, like if you're one of the core special team guys, and this is what a lot of young guys, especially I feel like now, don't really understand. It's like if you're a core special teams guy, like you're going to be on the field. Like you're going to be at the game dressed out. Like there's 53 who make it. And there's only 44, 45?
46.
Okay, 46 that dress. So like there's going to be, they have to pick and choose, okay, we can't have this receiver up. We need a lineman.
Yeah.
Like now it's like, do they pick you over that other guy? And it's all based off you on the special teams coach. Like, hey, we need this guy. He's got to be out there. He's going to make plays for us. And I can't be without him. And then for me, that was kind of like what led me into being able to play more corners. I was always out there, and it's like, okay, well, he's going to be out there. Let's get him a package or something.
Yeah.
And then you go out there and make some plays in that package, and then, you gradually get to do more and more. So, I mean, it's a third of the game. It's the third phase, not always getting all the joy until something big happens, but it's there.
Yeah, I feel like the third phase doesn't get enough, excitement. Like people aren't too excited. Like, when we were playing, when our younger selves, when we were, back in the day, right?
Yeah.
When we were playing and stuff like that, as special teams, like I felt like there was a pride of joy and a pride, like you put your pride on the line because you were out there with the number, your name meant something. Mm-hmm. Nowadays, I just feel like dudes they just see, all the fame and everything like that. Yeah. And they want to skip the hard stuff and go straight into their position.
Oh, for sure.
And it's like, you can't do that.
Yeah. I remember what, my rookie year, like I made the team and everything. And I was making plays. But I kind of got satisfied. I was like, I'm in the league. I made it. I'm on the team. So like I was in meetings. I'd be falling asleep in meetings, might show up late or something like that. And I just remember one meeting I came and I fell asleep. And then like right after the meeting, one of the older guys, he had probably already been in the league 6 years or whatever, but he was a special teams guy too.
Yeah.
And I remember he took me aside. I'm pretty sure a coach told him to say something to me, but took me to the side and he was like, hey man, he said, you be coming late to meetings, falling asleep, all this stuff. He's saying, this is how I feed my family. Right. So for you telling me you don't care about me, you don't care about my kids, you don't care about my family, because this is how I eat, this is how I take care of my family. So for you to show up late, fall asleep, and not doing what you're supposed to be doing, and saying you don't care about me. And I was like, dang, yeah, you right. And after that, it was like, that was kind of all she wrote. I bought in, I was doing what I needed to do, watching extra film on all the special team stuff. And like, that was like, for me, that was my moment. Was like, it's not just like, oh, I'm here, I made it. It's just special teams. Like, no, like a lot of guys, this is how, we make our money. This is how we feed our families. This is how we stick around. So I think, especially young guys, the newer generation, I would say, is like you said, they just I want to be that star cornerback. I want to be that star receiver. I want to be the starting running back. Like I don't do that. Like I ain't do that in college. Like that ain't me right there.
Yeah.
It's like, nah, bro, what you did in college got you here, but you haven't done anything yet.
Yeah. So like you haven't made a name for yourself just yet. So you gotta like,
do your dues.
Put your dues in. The only way to do that is by special teams. Is by being bought in that, you can go out there and make a play on special team. They still gonna call your name up on the intercom, like all that stuff.
And then when you get your chance to, play that position and you ball out and you make it there, it's like, hey. But until you've made that name or done what you need to do, like you gotta fight to get on the field whatever way you can. And the easiest way is always special teams, because there's gonna be 22 people for there's 22 people for every phase. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I love that story because I remember, when I was playing special teams, at first, the first couple of years, I was playing it just because I felt like I was good at it. I wasn't really like, I was dialed in at playing gunner and being a kick returner and being an off returner at times, a block, doing like little trick stuff here and there, right? Trying to go in as the edge and try to block a punt. I really took pride in being a PP, right? I took pride in all that stuff.
Ooh,
but
PP. Personal protective. I don't want none of that
personal
right there.
protective. That's tough because you got somebody that's like 300 pounds coming towards you. You know,
A-gap open up. You
gotta bulk up. you gotta try to get that dude down somehow. But you know, I started realizing like it was probably the end of my second year. That's when I realized like, yeah, I'm just going to make a name for myself on special teams. Like my first year, I was going through all these different teams and being cut, but I was still playing. I was still on the active roster. So I was still contributing as a returner. Like I led the league in average yards per return. My rookie year, I think I was like 35 yards a return, 35.6. And so I felt like I was happy about that because I was gonna be a Pro Bowler eventually, and that's the mindset I was having. But nowadays, it just seems like nobody really cares. Like nobody has the the enthusiasm to go out there and try to put on.
And if you look at how the league's doing it too, though, they're like kickoff, for example. They added the fair. The way the rules are set up. You know, you got the fair catch thing now, so it's like a team, literally, if you kick it, most teams now are trying to kick it out the end zone just to get the offense on the field. Yeah. And then if you do kick it in bounds, it's like, okay, you can just fair catch it and get at the 25 just like it went out. So it's like one of those things. It's like the league isn't helping the special teamers out that much.
But I feel like they're helping in it's a catch-22, right? It's like you either the player safety or taking it out of the game, which is like, to me, that's unheard of. Like, I can't imagine a game without a kickoff. Yeah, well, because
you look at, like, it doesn't, like I said, it doesn't happen a lot, and most people forget about special teams until, okay, you kicked it off and they ran it back for a touchdown. Yeah, like now it's like, special teams. Like it's like, okay, we were here the whole time doing stuff. It's just you don't notice it until something really bad happens to you or something really good happens to you. Right. So it's, it is what it is.
So let me ask you this question. What was like your biggest challenge, so far in the league? Like even to this day, like go back to your younger self and go back to where you're at right now. Like between that time, what was one of your biggest challenges and like, how did you overcome it? Like what was the hurdle that you overcome? How did you overcome that hurdle?
I think there's two. I think the first one I ever had was when I had just signed a new deal, and we was going through the season. Halfway through the season, they ended up sitting me down and benching me from starting corner, and then it was kind of like, in my mind, I was like, well, okay, maybe they'll let me, cover a tight end, do like the other packages I was doing before I was starting, and none of that happened. And so in my mind, I'm like, dang, they just gonna like not let me do nothing. So it's like, okay, fall back on, special teams. You've been good at it your whole career. Let's keep going with that. And so like that kind of was like, it was like, do I tank it and just like I ain't doing nothing kind of thing, or do you just go fall back on what you already know and just be great at that? And so that was kind of a moment for me. It was like, dang, can I not do this? And then I think this was just something I dealt with the rest of my career. Even now, it's like anytime somebody signs you, it's like, oh, well, all he is a special teams guy. And then you get chances to go in and you make plays. And then it's like, okay, you go into the next year. It's like, hey, well, you saw me play some of this, play some nickel, play some dime. And I made some plays. And then it's always like, oh, well, it's not enough. There's that. And then as you get older, I'm 33. So this will be year 13 going into it. And it's like, oh, well, and especially as a running back, the older you get, it's always like, oh, well, the age thing. Like I'm running just as fast as I've ever been. Yeah. You look at the kickoffs, I was first down every time almost. Yeah. And things like that. So it's like they try and find things to, as you get older, to kind of, they're looking for a reason. Right now, that's like that's the hardest thing to overcome. It's like they're looking for a reason to not have to pick you up. you know, they want to find younger guys are cheaper. So that's kind of how it is. So.
But I feel like in your instance, right? Like last year, I felt like you were doing, like you did everything that, you know, they possibly could, that you possibly could for the team. And I felt like you were doing everything right. Like you no questions asked, you went in there, did your thing. Special teams, you were still balling. And I felt like this year it was kind of a shift. And we had talked about it early on, you know. We just felt like you, I don't know. I saw a shift, but I don't know if it was because of the situation, you know, in regards to, not necessarily you, it's, you know, with everybody else, how they view you. Like player-wise, I'm like, man, my dog's doing this thing. Like, give him an opportunity, because there's some people that's they problematic. You know, they think this side is just sweet. Yeah. And I was like, I'm sitting there, and I might be biased because I'm like one of your good friends on the team, but I'm also like, I like to keep it real because I want to win. Yeah. I want to win a championship. Yeah, like, for sure. So I know what it takes. I know what it takes to get, you know, to that big dance, and you try to find everything possible. And I just feel like your burning desire and your hunger to go out there is not recognized enough, and it should be. Yeah, and and for example, like we played the Bills game. I started off playing good, and then I just got super fatigued, and I started making mistakes. In my mind, I'm like, okay, I get it. Like if I'm making mistakes, like you said, I want to win. At the end of the day, if me not playing gonna help us win, hey, let's do that. Yeah. And so, like, I'm always gonna I'm gonna be humble. I'm gonna, you know, try and do what I gotta do. I'm gonna try and come in with a happy face. Like, I'm a team guy. Like, I think that's a good attitude to have, because it can get you farther. People don't like dealing with problematic people. Yeah. Like, unless you're just so good where it don't even matter. Like, you have problems. Like, if you problematic, it radiates to everything else. Yeah. And so for me, it's like in my mind, I'm just like, wait, whatever y'all need me to do, y'all tell me. To the best of my ability, I'm gonna try and get it done. Because I'm gonna hold myself to a really high standard. Like the one play when we were playing the Bills, and he got that when Cam went down. Oh yeah. Like in my mind, like guys are like, well, you know, you cut him off or somebody else did this. I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, that's what I'm here for. I should have made that play. Yeah. I just read it wrong, and I couldn't break down in time to make the play. So for my mind, it's like, when we're talking about you love going down and making those plays, for me, every play we have, I'm like, okay, I'm thinking of how I could have made that play. Yeah. I'm like, okay, if I would have went a couple more steps this way, I could have broke it off, made him go this way, then chase it down. Like, I feel like I have the capabilities and the abilities to just go make every play that's out there. Yeah. So that's just my way of looking at it. So yeah, you know, you trying to do what's good for the team. You might not like it, but like you said, at the end of the day, we all in this to win the championship. Yeah, and no, that's a good point. Like you said, because when you going down there, I mean, there's been plays that I've been like, oh man, if I'd have just, you know, just jumped at his shoelace and try to sweep at him. Yeah, exactly. Try a little sweep action, you know. Because it looks different. Like when you're in the hole, it's like, it's easy to be like, you look at it on film, it's like, dang, yeah, if I would have just, like, I could have just jumped here, but when you running straight and you get that tunnel vision. It's like your peripheral, right? It's like, all gone. It just goes like this. It's just like, as soon as you see that return, he's right in front of you like this. Like, it just, the tunnel just closes. Like, you don't see nothing else. Yeah. Like, no teammates or anything. And in my mind, I'm thinking, it's like, you start thinking like, okay, I had a vice behind me. I beat him. I don't see him. The runners running this way. Oh, they probably trying to wall me off. Let me go wide. So like you this part is cut off, but like it shifts, and like you just have to like redirect. And you start trying to think too much. You think too much, and you got a blink, and it's like, oh, okay, that wasn't the right decision. The next thing you know, you're like, okay, well, it could have been a 2-yard return, but it really turned out to be a 20-yard return, just because I was so dialed in on just boom, and then just shifting, and then all of a sudden like. I missed it. Like I missed that window of opportunity because I was thinking too much. You just gotta go out, and that's the thing about special teams. Like you can't think on special teams. You don't get. You try to think. You overthink it. You don't get enough shots. Like a good. If you get one tackle a game, like if you average one tackle a game,
you'd probably be leading the league in tacklings.
You're a Pro Bowler.
Yeah, easy. Because it's hard. Like those opportunities don't come like
few and far between. For sure.
Like they don't come often, and it's kind of hard to get them sometimes. So it's like that's what makes it hurt worse is when you don't make one. It's like I just ran 60 yards for nothing.
Yeah,
just fighting through a
double team for no reason.
Fighting, ran down here, missed the tackle.
He just made a
all he did was just, he said, "Ooh."
Yeah,
made you miss or he fair caught it. Yeah, so
that was one of my biggest pet peeves. Is like, man, I had a punter, Mitch Wisnowski. With the Niners, he would bomb it. He Australian.
So he was covering.
Australian bomb like down the field.
Yeah, he was covering.
I'm beating a double team on the backside, and I felt like I ran so fast, and next thing you know, the returner just went to the same side the ball was where he caught it, and I'm like, I'm on the backside, like.
You just like,
next thing you know, I'm struggling trying to bend the corner, try to tackle him. It's like, man, I did all this, and then somebody else gets the easy tackle. You like, bro.
I used to get really mad when you get there and they catch it and they're on the sideline. I'm like, bro, just let me touch you out of bounds.
Yeah, right.
Like, let me just get the count for the tackle. It'll count if you let me touch you. But yeah, when you do all that running, and that's just how it is, though.
But I also feel like it's like the coaching, it's the situation, like. You have to have somebody that's, in a position where they want to coach a player. They want to, bring in the light that, hey, look, I know what your abilities are, and I'm going to use your abilities for the betterment of the team. Yeah. Like I feel like you might not be able to, win on a double team as a gunner, but I know you fast and strong, but I'm going to put you in a position where we can utilize that speed and strength. Yeah. And that's like something that I truly believe in. Like, if it boils down to it, I feel like I would be a good ass special teams coach, just because I feel like I understand players.
You're gonna put players in position to win and not just trying to make them run my scheme.
Yeah, it's not based off of scheme. It's based off of matchups. Like, prime example. If you're the L5 and you're running down the field, and L5s are known to get double teamed by bigger guys. I'm not finna utilize you in that aspect. Yeah. Because you're gonna go up against a linebacker most of the time.
I'm gonna get clamped up.
Yeah, you're gonna get clamped up, man. There's no holding calls on double teams. Like so I'm gonna put a linebacker there. I'm gonna put a fast, shifty linebacker. I'm gonna put somebody there or a tight end. I feel like somebody that can utilize their speed and they're quick. They know how to make adjustments right on the fly. Yeah, but I'm gonna use your prototype. I'm gonna use you as like a L2. Yeah, I'm gonna put you on a where you could make contain, or you can shed and chop off the backside and make a tackle.
And that's kind of always was like for the most of my career. That's what's always kind of been nice is like because I like did Pro Bowls and I was really good early on. Yeah, like when I went to other places, most coaches like would give me kind of leeway to do, it's like, you go everywhere. Every team goes where it's like, okay, hey, we're going to do this. For example, most teams I've been to, they're like, okay, we're going to go parallel stance and we're doing it this way. This is our distance. We're doing like this. And now I'm like, okay, I'm not going to do that. So, but I promise you, I'm going to make plays, but I'm not lining up like that. I can't. And then they're like, well, you've earned that. And I like when coaches give you like, okay.
They recognize.
Yeah, they recognize like you've earned to be able to do what you want to do. Yeah. Like as long as we're in the scheme and you're like in your lane, like from kickoff, I'm not a 2 and I'm running over here to the opposite side and now I'm on the other side too. But you're like being able to be yourself and do what you want to do within the parameters of whatever the play is. So, I mean, I feel like when you've earned that, you should like until you're not gonna win every one, but you should still get some kind of leeway. Yeah. So
you should be in it. Yeah. You should have some
give me a little bit of trust that that I can make a play.
Nah, I would trust you.
Yeah. I appreciate it.
Like I said, I've seen you play. I'm like, dang, this dude right here can fucking roll. This man, he
trying to get fast like you, man. You out there running.
He's over there beating double teams like there ain't no tomorrow. I'm like, what is going on? Dude's blocking kicks. I'm telling you, this year you would have had like at least 5
it was funny.
Kicks.
There was one game I knew for sure when I came off the edge. I was like, and that's how it is for me. Usually, once I go once or twice, like I used to, like when I was in Arizona, I would go one from each side. So it feels like an extra point or a kick from the middle. especially extra points, I'd be like, okay, I'm gonna go try this side, this side. Or I would when I watch film, like, okay, this guy, if I see somebody get close from one edge, I'm like, okay, if they can get close, that means I can get there.
Yeah.
And so if I get it, all I need is about 2 tries, and I can usually tell if I'm gonna get there. But there was, I can't remember if it was the Chiefs game in Germany. It was an away game though, but I remember.
The Dallas game, you were close.
There was one game I'm like, oh, I can get there, and I mean, I was only coming from one side this year, but like I usually can tell. Like I had blocked one against Dallas a couple of years ago. It's specifically based off of just how their formation is. They're really condensed. They usually have a short edge, and even though they have a quick kicker, most snappers have a tail, and I can usually figure it out. So, I've got a couple in my career. I love doing it. I had 13 in college, so that was like something I really enjoyed, trying to block kicks.
Yeah,
I still do, because you never know. This game, 3 points, 1 point,
that makes a difference.
Yeah, every point matters.
Every point matters in this league. What's something that you're looking forward to, this year, or I mean, at least like. Yeah. What's something that you feel like you could work on too?
Real quick, before we get back to Raheem, I'll tell you guys about the big sponsor of the Relentlessly Motivated podcast, Prize Picks. Guys, I've tried all the different apps, everything you can possibly imagine, and Prize Picks is by far the best way to fire on sports. On Prize Picks, you pick players instead of teams. So if you know ball, like I think I do, you can make tons of money. Man, I've crushed it this season picking my players. On Prize Picks, you can fire on any sport you want. My favorite, obviously, is the NFL. Each player has a set total stat projection, and then you pick more or less on that stat based on how you think the player is going to perform. It's the easiest and most exciting way to turn every game-changing moment into an opportunity to 100x your money. With as little as 4 correct picks, you can turn $10 into 1,000. Prize Picks even offers injury insurance, which is a huge plus, so that your entries stay in play even if one of your players gets injured. As a personal user and partner of Prize Picks myself, there is no better app out there to fire on sports. It's the best way to have fun and make money on sports. So go to prizepicks.com/relentless and use the code relentless for a first-time deposit match up to $100. Again, that's prizepicks.com/relentless. Use code relentless for a first-time deposit match up to $100. Who knows how much money you could turn that free $100 into? And guys, your support for Raheem's sponsors, for the sponsor of this Relentlessly Motivated podcast, helps the show a ton and allows Raheem to keep doing this at such a high level. So shout out Prize Picks for the sponsor. Go to prizepicks.com/relentless and use code relentless for a first-time deposit match up to $100. On Prize Picks, you pick more, pick less. It's that easy, and watch the money start coming in.
Special teams wise, I definitely would say, like when those kind of opportunities, when you're first person down there, nobody else is around, finding that sweet spot of, okay, he's about to catch the ball. Mm-hmm. Am I going to be able to smack him as soon as he catch it, or am I going to end up short and he's going to have more room? So for me, I feel like if he catches the ball and I'm not within 5 yards, I feel like I need to break down early, because at least if I break down and we got like a 10-yard space, if he starts juking, I can mirror it and now I can get that cutoff angle. But if he's catching it and I just keep running full speed and I'm at 5 yards, he catches it, I'm liable to any moves he makes. So it's hard to run. I'm running 20 miles per hour. It's hard to just make a sudden, turn where he can just juke wherever, because he's not really moving that fast.
Yeah.
So like that kind of just getting back to, taking a shot when I need to, but not being so aggressive to I just throw myself out of the play and I can't really do anything. Yeah. So I feel like I should have about 10 tackles this year, or at least. And
okay.
Yeah, I missed a goal.
We need a projection for you then. What you got this year?
Like I always project to get like 10. That's like
10's a goal.
That's like right now, I think my average for my career, there's only 2 seasons where I haven't had 10 tackles.
And you going on a year.
Yeah. So there was
last 13?
Yeah, going in 13. This year, I think I had 6. And then my last year in New England, I had 8. And so last year was the lowest I've ever had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Damn. I mean, that's pretty. Yeah. That's impressive, bro.
And block some kicks. I want to do that too. I like
you like blocking them kicks. I love blocking. You like blocking them kicks.
You block a kick. That feeling, your hands be hurting, but you be like,
you block the punt.
Nah, I got 6 blocks. They're all extra points and field goals.
Damn. Yeah. We gotta get you a block punt.
I'm at the corner. Yeah, they got me out there.
Your ass back inside. You need to go inside the box. Eight-man box.
When I was in college, that was my thing. I used to go with the coach, and I would watch. I'd be like, I remember there was one game we played. I don't even remember who we played, but I was like, this guy, he's short sets, and we're gonna have one chance to do it. Yeah. And I'm gonna just quick and hit it. They were backed up, bam, block, picked it up in the end zone. Damn. So yeah, no, I love I just feel like I got a really good get off.
Yeah.
So.
Heck yeah. No. All right, I'm gonna shift gears now, man. We're gonna talk about family.
Oh yeah.
So
we're gonna talk about your sons.
My sons. We're gonna talk about my sons and my daughter. Yeah. So me and Justin have a prearranged marriage going on where he's gonna pay for the wedding. I'm gonna pay for the open bar.
We're gonna split the wedding.
No. See, the dad or the daughter or the bride, they usually take over the whole entire bill.
Hey man, it's 2024. It'll be 2050 by the time they get married.
We old school though.
I ain't that old school.
You ain't new school. You old school for sure. Being 33, you old school with me, fool. But look, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna make sure. Okay, it's definitely Nico.
Out of the
I don't know, boys,
Gunner, he be trying.
Gunner be trying, though.
Gunner be trying to sneak in.
Gunner be trying.
He see him holding hands. He like, hey, don't forget about me.
Yeah, Gunner's like,
what y'all doing over
there? I need
y'all need a third wheel.
I know you my brother and everything, but hey, that's me too. They over there fighting and stuff like that. Nah, honestly, bro, it's the best thing because like when you bring your daughter, bro, it's like kind of like I'm dealing with the boys all the damn time, so it's like. And when you guys come over, man, it's just like a match made in heaven. It's like,
well, she loves you. She was trying to stay. She wanted to do the
she wanted to do
the
podcast. The family went on the golf cart ride while we doing the podcast, and they, Uncle Heem, can I sit with you? So she's sitting right here, me and her. She's like, Uncle Heem, I'll be back. And I'm like, okay, bro, it just warmed my heart though, and I like that though. I'm like. Jealous because you have a baby girl. I want a baby girl so bad, but
and the thing that we love, like my wife says it all the time. She's like, when we're with your sons, like they're so good. Like when we be watching. It's so funny when we went to the what was that thing? We went to
the family. What was it?
The food and stuff.
Oh, the farmer's market?
Yeah, farmer's market. So we went there the other day, and Gunner and Nico was playing with Miles. They're like so rough with him, and he's just laughing, having a great time. But then when they're with her, it's like they totally shift. It's like, oh, you want to hold hands?
Every time, bro. Every time they're around like baby girls or anything like that, or like girls that are their age, bro, they are like the most sweetest boys. I'm not saying that my boys are not sweet because they are sweet, but. Like
it's like they know how to cut it. It's like, okay, we're not
the switch. They flip from being like, okay, I could be aggressive with my other brothers and like kind of be aggressive with other boys. To like when there's a girl in the room, like all
it's like, we're gonna treat them like a lady.
The aggressiveness just goes out the window. They always want to be
like, hold hands, sweet, come on, let's lead you over here.
Do you need anything? They're like caregivers, bro. They really want to take care of like the girls in the family.
Well, like, usually that's from watching their dads. I
guess so, man. I try to take care of their mom as much as I can. It's a handful. Honestly, my wife is so chill and laid back. I mean, she's like, in a sense, she's like me, but she honestly, she helped raise the boys like crazy, just being respectful. I mean, I do the same, right? I want my boys to, when they walk by, I want them to greet people. I want them, when somebody says hi to them, I want them to say hello back. If it's a guy, I want them to give them a high five or maybe like a handshake, just to get acquainted to, it's all right to interact see somebody and interact. And like when it's a girl, give them a hug, tell them they look nice or whatever. I just feel like that's important as a man. I feel like that's important for me to raise my kids in that aspect because I don't want my kids to, grow up being, disrespectful. I tell you what, if I get a call, that my sons have been disrespectful, God knows what I do. Well, I don't know what I do, but God knows. You know, just because I just feel like that's what you need nowadays.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like you don't want like somebody dogging your daughter out, right? Like not like that, but I'm saying like, you know, disrespecting her. I don't want nobody, and that's my little niece. I feel like I gotta say something.
Like, and as like having a daughter, like being the dad of a girl, it's like a girl dad. It's like you realize it's like, okay, I wouldn't want. Like, I'm going to treat her mom and I'm going to treat other women how I want her to.
How you want
like, cause she's going to, like, when she gets older, she's going to look for a partner to treat her how she sees her mom being treated. Yeah. And so, like, if I'm acting all crazy, yelling and all that stuff, she's like, okay, this is like an acceptable. This is normal. This is what relationships are. Yeah. Absolutely. So I don't want her to. You know, I want her to, if she sees something like that, she's like, nah, that ain't it. Yeah. I ain't dealing with that. I ain't never seen nobody have to deal with that. That ain't the kind of relationship I'm in. My parents
taught me better than this.
So like, for me, it's like.
That's why she needs it. I got one of three.
Yeah, you got three of them. We pick them. She want younger, the same age, a little
older. She got a mix, bro. But as long as you paying for the whole wedding, I'm cool.
Okay, you just pay for the honeymoon. They want to go somewhere really.
I'll do that.
Really nice.
You got the wedding, I get the honeymoon. That's fair.
And our open bar, you gotta still get.
I got the open bar. Okay. I'll make sure the open bar is at a minimum, though.
We start saving now.
I'm going to tell everybody, like, you get 2 drinks. That's it.
2 drink minimum?
Yeah, 2 drink. No, max. Not minimum. 2 drink max. So you better use that drink. You better pour heavy.
Boys go there. No ice, please.
Yeah, no ice. No ice, please.
I
drink it straight. Just no ice. But yeah, nah. So what's like, being a girl dad, what's like one of the biggest blessings? And then also what's one of the biggest challenges of raising a daughter?
I think for me, because I only have one kid, I think the biggest blessing right now is just seeing her grow up, watching her, change. And every time she says something, it's like, oh, shit, I never heard her say that before. It's like, it's just, and you know how it is, like you hear your kids start saying some stuff you never heard. Yeah. It's like, where they learn that from? Yeah. Like, it's just kind of cool seeing them progress and become like their own little person. Yeah. And right now, it's just, I don't know if it's just, she's full of emotions, but that's the challenge right now. She just really is, she's independent, but not independent. It's like, I want to do everything. Let me do this. Let me help. Yeah. I'm helping. Oh, let me do this. And it's like, I like it because she's learning her own kind of independence. Yeah. But then she gets frustrated sometimes and it's just like scream. Ah! I'm like, oh, no, calm down. Yeah. And I think like my wife helps me do a good job of just like kind of not feeling like trying to force her to do stuff, just like talking her through things where it's like, okay, we know you're frustrated, but this is why we're doing this, or this is why we have to do this thing, and let's calm down, like trying to regulate. Sometimes you'll see her with like, she gets frustrated, like, okay, let's breathe. She'll just like, and
see, that's what I need to practice on, because I got Gunner, like he knows he's the head honcho. Like he knows he's the head guy in charge. Like he knows if he doesn't have his way, then it's going to trickle down to the rest of the boys. Yeah. So you got to control the wolf pack. Yeah. Like you got to control the alpha, right? Yeah. And our biggest thing that we're trying to do is like he has this, like he gets angry. Like he gets like, and you could see it, like it like flips. Yeah. And for me, I'm like, buddy, it's all right. Like you don't have to act like that. Like stop folding your arms. Like let's talk. And he's like, no, I don't want to talk. Yeah, that's how she gets. Like she'll get frustrated and like start hitting. She'll try to like hit stuff. And it's crazy like when kids do that, because like she's never seen me or her mom hit anything like get mad and hit stuff. It's just like a reaction that she has. It's like and she's like does this little face first, like I'm like, okay, relax your face first. Like I don't know what you got going on. Like why your face look like that? Relax. Yeah. And they're like, calm down, come on. And sometimes she'll just like, she gets frustrated. If she can't do, she kind of just screams. It's like, okay, we're gonna let you. It's okay to feel how you're feeling. We're gonna let you feel it. Okay, but you don't have to do like that. Or she starts yelling, like, can I just use your normal voice? Yeah. I can hear you. See, that's the thing. Yeah. That Nico is complete opposite. Like he feels like he has to overtalk everyone. And I'm like, bro, why are you yelling?
He's a middle child. I'm the same. You just talk.
But I get it though. Like, you got the older boy, your older brother is like, everybody listens to him. Then you're the middle child. Not too many people listen to you because you're the young buck.
Yeah.
It's
but
like
then you
Miles,
get a younger one. Then
Miles is even younger. Like he's just like, yeah, whatever. Like I don't care if you listen to me or not. Like who cares?
Yeah.
But Nico, I just feel like he's always like he wants to be heard.
Yeah.
Like he wants to. So he's always talking. He's always interacting, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
But it's also like, buddy, come on, like.
It's like that kind of like you got a bigger brother and he's the older brother.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, I'm here too. Don't
like,
forget about me.
I'm Nico.
And then you got your boys that are all close. So it's like the oldest was born and then he was born and then it's like, oh, well, the baby's born.
Yeah. 3. So we had 3 under 3. So Gunner was 2 when Miles was born.
Yeah.
So Gunner's birthday is 6/22, 2019. Miles is 6/07, 2021.
They're like me and my older brother, he's 6/08 and I'm 6/17. But we're a little older. Like he's 4 years older than me. But me and my younger brother, he's July. We're 2 years apart.
Yeah. And Nico, Nico's just the odd one. He was born in September.
Oh.
So he's 9/24.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. 2020.
Yeah, no, my wife's
15 months apart.
That's close.
The oldest in the middle.
Irish twins, almost.
Irish. What is Irish? What's considered Irish? 12 or 13? No.
It's like 12 months.
13 months?
Yeah, so I mean they're close. They're close.
They're still there though.
My brother's kids, they got the same exact birthday, 2 years apart, boy and a girl.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I was like, how does that even happen? Even if you try to like plan that,
Heck yeah. Well, I mean, I appreciate the conversation, bro. I think that, it's a lot of insightful stuff, especially as a guy that, has had a pretty successful career, I feel like, and, being a special teams guy and also contributing on the defensive side of the ball whenever, your name has been popped up or your number's been called. And I just feel like for those people that are out there, and they're just trying to find their way, just stick to the grind, stick to the purpose. I feel like if you have a purpose in sight, you should really, attack that full on. And for you, I feel like your purpose has always been to be the best, player, regardless of position, out there on the field, and you've been able to utilize your abilities in a way that, not too many people honestly care for, right? Yeah. Nobody really cares for, when a guy goes down and makes a huge tackle, not too many people give that credit. And I feel like that's something that needs to be brought up, especially because those plays do have an effect in the outcome of a game. Yeah. If there's a 40-yard net punt and the returner only gets 2 yards, I mean, that tells you right there the type of techniques it takes to not only get a kickoff, but also to retrieve, the tackle and making an impactful tackle. And it also boosts everybody up. Yeah. I love watching kickoffs. I love watching the start of a game because I feel like that sets the tone of how we play. Yeah, that's my bet. I love that feeling too. I always love when we start on kickoff with defense. Yeah. It's like, okay, here we go, guys. Because you set the tone for the defense, and then that tone just eradicates through the whole game. Yeah. And I feel like people don't give special teams enough credit. You got your punters and kickers, but what about the guys that are on the front lines?
Takes 11.
Yeah, plus 10. That's out there doing their due diligence to try to not only, make a name for themselves, but also provide for their families, provide for, their loved ones and provide for their lifestyle of what they want. It could be a luxury lifestyle if you're a good player, but it's an even better lifestyle when you're out there making plays and you're believing in yourself. Yeah. And so you definitely are doing that. And, this is cheers to many more years, because I feel like you're gonna be the type. We talking right now. You got like another 7 years.
Oh,
you're gonna be at like year.
No.
You're gonna be at like year 20. I'm be like, see, hey boy, I told you. Look, we was out there together, man. You remember me, right? I'm be like, bro, hey,
I'm out there playing.
I'm in the castle, bro.
I'm out there playing with people's kids out there.
Bro, you know what's crazy though? I didn't realize we were playing with kids. We were playing with
young men
that have been born in 2000s, bro.
Everybody from now on, 2000 baby.
2000 baby. Anybody that come in now is
they're 2000
babies, bro. That's
like we talking like 2002, 2003.
Yeah, like not like 2000, not just flat line 2000. It's like 2003.
It's 2024, so most guys come in at like 21, 22. So yeah, like 2002, bro, 2003.
Crazy.
Maybe some 2004s, maybe.
Yeah, that's when I heard. I forgot who I was talking to this past year. What's it, Cam?
Yeah, Cam's a 2000 baby.
Cam Smith.
Javon is too.
Huh?
I think Javon is.
Yeah, Javon is.
I think Javon is.
Devon is.
Oh yeah.
A-Chain.
The whole rookie class.
The whole I'm sitting there and I'm like, yeah, when were y'all born? Like, shit, I was born in 2002. I'm like, 2002,
I was in middle school already.
That's crazy. Yeah, like my Dougie, I'm fresh. I'm fly. That's you feel me? Like those years. That's when those songs came out, bro. Like
we've been playing football longer than some of these guys been alive. I've been playing professionally longer than some of these dudes been playing football. So
yeah, that's crazy. You've been playing. They're like, yeah, I started like junior, senior year. I'm like, dang, really? You started playing junior, senior year?
What was that? 2012?
Year 9 and
yeah,
bro, that's crazy. But nah, it's honestly a thriller because that honestly keeps your blood young. I feel like that keeps you young. Like,
when you're in the locker room, though, I think this is what like a lot of people don't understand. It's like out of the locker rooms, like you got guys who got families, guys who are single, doing their own kind of thing. But when you're for me, it's like always when I'm on a team for a little while, like I be forgetting how long dudes have played.
Yeah,
like you get the year 2 or 3, I'm like, dang, what's this year like 6 for you? I feel like I've been around you forever. Like.
Right? Nah, it feels like when you're talking to a guy that's a rookie or a sophomore, right, going in year 2 or 3, and you're listening to him, you're like, wait, bro, we've been together for like 4 or 5 years now.
That time, you feel like you've been around because you've been with them all OTAs, all summer.
I was talking to. I had Jeff sitting right there. We did a podcast together, and he came on the show, and we were talking. I'm like, bro, like I remember him as a rookie. Like I remember there was a moment in time where me and him had a conversation, and we were like, we had a heart to heart.
What's it, Jeff?
This is like year 6.
See, that's like that sweet. That's crazy. Like that sweet when it's like 6. You're like, dang, we've been in the league same amount of years.
But listen, though, I haven't missed a single year with him. Like we've played football together for like the whole time years, since he's been in the league.
At some point, y'all are always on the same team.
We've always been like because we traded for him last year.
Yeah.
That would have been the first year I missed.
And you was with him with the 49ers.
I was with him with the 49ers. Yeah. So like I'm sitting there, I'm talking to him, I'm like, bro, we have yet to miss a year of football together since you've been in the league. Bro, you know how hard it is to stay in this league? Bro, they say the average is like 2.
Yes. Most dudes don't see their second contract.
And for me to be in like him being an undrafted guy like us, to being in year 6, I'm like, bro, I'm so proud of you. Like I feel like I helped him out, but I feel like I'm like, bro, you did this.
Yeah.
Like, you really are setting the standard.
Yeah. It's always nice. Like, it's always cool kind of seeing like the younger guys, like you said, like guys you see get drafted.
Yeah. And
then you see them kind of excel in another role or
they flourish.
Get to keep playing, or like down the road you see them again. It's like, dang, man, I'm proud of you, man. You've been doing your thing. I've been watching. Like I remember a guy, one guy that I remember his rookie year was Justin Hardy.
Oh,
I remember the first time I played against him, and like he was just a young guy, but he was making plays and stuff. And he was like, "Yeah, man, enjoying playing with you. I've been enjoying watching you." So I was like, "Man, okay." I didn't really know who he was at the time, but then like year after year, it's like, "Oh yeah, okay, I see him making plays." And then like, I remember when he signed with the Jets, it was like, dang, bro, I'm proud of you, man. You've been balling out, doing your thing.
Yeah.
And so it's always cool. That's the one cool thing. The longer you play, the more guys you get to see.
Yeah.
Kind of you get to watch their careers while you're still playing.
Yeah. Nah, you know what's crazy? Like now that I've like taken on this role as a running back and you know being featured in some stuff and everything like that, and you know doing all this stuff that I did this past season.
Yeah.
I had bro, it's crazy. Like I've had people come up to me in the league that I don't even know who. Like I know of them, right?
Yeah.
I played against them, or like I know, like you know, certain running backs and everything like that. But like people have come up to me and been like, "Man, thank you, bro. Like you've been like you're a great talent. Like you've been awesome to watch. You had a hell of a year. Blah blah blah." And I'm like, I'm sitting back and I'm like, that's how I feel about you. Like yeah, I feel like you, like bro, you're a young boy, bro. Like I had a conversation when I was at the Pro Bowl. I never met Derrick Henry. Like I probably have talked to him like twice after games. Like you know, just you
chopping
know,
it up.
Be like, hey bro, like man, you had a good game today. Blah blah blah. Right? Just chop it up after the game when you meet in center field. And man, it was crazy. Like he was like, Raheem, like bro, you killed it this year.
Yeah,
and we got to know each other, and like we started talking. And this was like during like the flag football game.
Yeah.
And he had no idea I was from Florida. As soon as he heard like I was like, yeah, I'm from Daytona, and he was like, wait, you from Florida? I was like, yeah, you went to Yulee. Well, I know you.
I know you.
Yeah, I know you. I know you. You broke the records and all that stuff. Emmett Smith high school record, bro. Yeah, I know who you are, fam. Like you went to Yulee. And he was like, wait, you from Daytona? I'm like, yeah. He's like, oh snap, my Florida boy, bro. But it was just cool because like, he like congratulated me on a great season. I'm like, bro, this is like, bro, you're Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
Like, I think not to say like I'm riding him or anything. Like it was just like out of respect. I'm
no,
like,
but
bro,
that's like that. That's like that humbleness of like, hey, I'm not. I mean, I did what I did, but I'm still just a normal guy.
Yeah,
like kind of.
Yeah. And that's how he felt too.
Yeah.
Like he's like, bro, I'm me. I'm just chilling. Like that's how I took the attitude.
Yeah.
Like, and it was cool just to see like not only him but like everybody else at the Pro Bowl too.
Yeah.
Right? Like you get the opportunity to meet so many different guys. Like Keenan Allen, funniest dude ever, bro. Like he's so chill. Like I was chopping it up with him, and then he was in Vegas for the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
man, we were staying at Aria, and I'm walking through the casino. I see this fool playing blackjack. I'm like, what's up, bro? Just dapped him up. He's like, hey, what's up, bro? I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. You know,
it is, man.
It's cool when you see like other successful guys in the league, right? And they recognize your play, they recognize who you are, they recognize your number, they recognize your name and everything, and they give you your props. They're like so happy about you.
Because
like,
it's not like that's all you play for, but it's always nice to, you know, feel like you get kind of recognized by your peers for the work, what you do. For what you've done. Yeah. Because like, you know.
Everybody says that about you, like for real. And people come up and they're like, hey, how's Bethel doing over there? Man, he's a great special teams guy. I'm like, bro, that's my dog. Like, so there's people that's always watching, bro. Like
always.
And it's even more satisfying when it's, you know, players that know who you are. I mean, I even met Jerome Bettis.
Oh, nice.
Because me and him have the same marketing agency, right? And so I went up to bus and I'm like, hey, Jerome, I'm Raheem Mostert. Bro, his eyes like just shot up. Like it was like, whoa, bro, you had a great season. I'm like, thanks, I appreciate it. Man, he's like, I love watching your game. Bro, you know what's so crazy? I thought Jerome Bettis was like 6'2", right? Bro, he gotta be like 5'9". Like he has to be. Like, and I'm sitting there, I'm like, bro, you really was breaking through tackles, bro. Like, they call you Bus, like the Bus. I was like, bro, that's crazy. But it's just cool just meeting everybody and getting to know guys, you know, outside of football.
Yeah.
And also like what they're doing off the field, right? I think that's important too, because everybody can match the same energy and be successful off the field just as much as they are on.
Because, I mean, at the end of the day, no matter how long we play football, it's not going to be as long as we don't play football.
Right.
So.
Yeah. It's a brotherhood, too.
Yeah.
It's a brotherhood that everybody really respects. You know, when you play for that organization or that team, you playing for them, but you're also playing for your brothers alongside you, too. And I think that's a key thing that needs to be, you know, brought up in meetings and in everything that we do, because we are all a brotherhood, and it's a fraternity for sure.
Because we all affect each other. Like how one guy plays. Like usually you see most teams, you see like teams who do really good, they always got a lot of Pro Bowlers.
Yeah.
It's like if the team doing good, even guys who like might not have been the best at their position, but they're on the ballot, they're gonna make it just because we're all doing good. When one person eat, we all eat. So.
Heck yeah. Well, hey man, I appreciate you being on the show.
Appreciate you having me.
This is a very insightful, getting into the minds of a former, undrafted guy that, made his longevity playing special teams. Because, like I said, I came from that background, and I know what it takes, and I truly, honestly, I miss playing special teams, because I mean, who doesn't like, going out there, playing a couple plays, making a couple tackles, and doing the thing, watching everybody else.
Look, my whole thing, I'm like, okay, kickoff, I'm gonna just see how fast I can run. Every time we have a kickoff, I'm like, I'm about to hit 20 something.
I gotta hit like 22.
I gotta hit like 20 something. Either that or punt.
Yeah.
So I enjoy it, man. It's been fun.
I always tell myself, when I'm done playing running back, I'm gonna go back to special teams.
It's the gift that keeps on giving.
Right.
As long as you can run fast.
That's it. Run fast. My ability is I run fast and I'm strong.
Yeah.
So like I could break through a double team.
And that's just knowing your strengths. Like I know I can get, like if I can get my hands on you or around you, like I'm gone. I'm not even worried about you no more.
Yeah. Heck yeah. Well, I appreciate it, bro, man. This is definitely. You got any questions for me? This is a segment I like to open up the door.
Let me see. Let me think of something. What is a question you asked me? What do you think, like, you can do better, or like help yourself, like repeat what you did this year, or even like go farther?
Yeah. I think one of the things that I'm really going to try to work on this year, obviously, is health is always the first and foremost thing for me, right? Yeah. And it's for guys like us, right? We've been in the league quite some time, and understanding the position that I'm in. I'm in a good seat. I feel like I'm not satisfied what I did this past year. I mean, I'm happy. I was able to do some remarkable things, but there's always more to be got, I feel like, and there's always something that I want to strive for. And I feel like I definitely want to be, once my career ends. Now, I'm not saying it's going to end this upcoming year, but I want to be a guy that has the best average per carry in the entire NFL. Yeah, I think that's one of the biggest things for me that I really want to do. And then also I do want to focus more on being detailed. Yeah. I think that details this year were good, but I feel like I could always take it a step further. And also my condition. I feel like I was conditioned, but like I was out some of the critical moments of a game. And I don't want to do that. I felt like that. Maybe it wasn't that. Maybe I was being saved. Maybe there's a whole different things. But I felt like that was something that, I lacked. I want to go in. I don't want to be the one that feels like, okay, everything has to be on me. Like I have to do my best. No, I just have to go in there and just be like, hey, it is what it is. Let's ride this wave together. We're going to win this game. Yeah. Like that's the attitude. But instead I'm like, okay, should I go in, coach? Should I not go in? Like, when do you want me to go in? No,
like, just be like, hey, I'm ready.
I got to tell E, hey, look, no, you pull me out. Yeah. You tell me when to come out, not the opposite. So that's something I'm working on for sure. That's something I'm going to do. So.
Oh, nice. Yeah. We always can. It's always something you can work on.
Yeah. Man. Well, hey, that was another episode. Thank you, Justin. I appreciate you, brother, like always. And if you want to come back on the show, man, you're more than welcome to. I'm just a phone call away.
You just invite me. I'm here.
Yeah, come on. Yeah, our kids can play together.
Yeah, so. We'll do the next one. We'll do a swimming.
Yeah, a little pool session.
Yeah,
we can definitely do that.
Hit the grill or something.
Heck yeah. Well, that's it, y'all. Appreciate you guys joining the show. Appreciate you guys watching. Go and check it out on all platforms. YouTube, Spotify, everything. It's all up there. TikTok, all that. So have a good one and appreciate you guys.
Thank you for tuning in to this episode. Hope you guys enjoyed our conversation. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe on anywhere that you find your podcast. And follow us on social media for highlights on the show. Until next time.